Middle of the season. The truth is, it's a grind, Doris. You know it. You've covered it. 82 games. In your opinion, is that the right amount in terms of 82 games in a regular season?
I would say to you, it doesn't matter if it's the right amount. I think the reality is this is the business of the NBA. It's been 82 games for as long as I can remember, certainly in my lifetime of fandom, Kevin. So the reality is what we need to do is address the schedule. And you're starting to see that. Shortening the preseason. Stretching out those windows where you're not getting 4 games in 5 nights and the back-to-backs, particularly when there's back-to-back on national television. 82 games is going nowhere from a business standpoint. Let's make those 82 games the best we can by lengthening the season.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Westbrook and Ferguson, their backcourt. Anthony out there with Paul George. And it's Adams in at the 5, roaming the paint. Bogdanovich against George. Adams with the screen on Bogdanovich. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Well, Paul George has made himself into one of the premier two-way perimeter players in the NBA. I think you have to put him in that category with Kawhi Leonard and LeBron James. He can take over a game in every facet, guys.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good. And Doris, Paul George, capable of carrying a team offensively while also locking down the other team's top wing threat.
And that, to me, Kev, is one of the hardest things to do in this league. To expend the energy necessary to be an elite two-way player, Paul George is the real deal.
And so he hits both.
Well, it's not hard to see what makes Paul George an exceptional player. He does it all for this team, one of the best players in the entire NBA.
Bogdanovich passes to Randolph. Over Anthony. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
Just a terrific effort off the bench. Guys came in, they seemed fresh, and they all contributed.
I think, Greg, everyone played their role so well, and I loved how aggressive the guys off the bench were in that one.
Anthony with the screen on Fox. Westbrook doesn't go for him. Some solid defense from Randolph. And so here's Sacramento. Outside, Bogdanovich. Lets the 3 fly, and the 3 ball is good. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. On defense, Sacramento. Ferguson, the pass to Westbrook. Another miss by Westbrook.
Well, it's not the defense that caused that miss. That one's all on him.
Taken away by Anthony. Here's George. Randolph grabs the board.
0 for 4. They can't buy a bucket.
And Bogdanovich kicks to Randolph. If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. From 12 feet out. He can't get that one. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way. Their last encounter was in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, and in winning that last game, they attacked the basket aggressively, drew a lot of fouls in that game.
2 things are a product of that. 1, you shoot a ton of freebies. 2, the other team goes deep into its rotation. Neither one of those 2 things is going to work.
Jackson has the open look, and it's off from 3-point range. Thunder trailing by 3 to the inside. It's deflected, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Thunder will retain possession. Well, you've seen some terrific offensive basketball over the last month. A lot of it thanks to the assist numbers put up by these point guards during that time. Russell Westbrook, number 1.
And he's been doing everything you want from that position, getting everyone involved, making sure the defense has to worry about all 5 guys on the court.
The shot by George, no good. Sacramento leading by 3. Bogdanovich with it. George picks him up. Anthony against Fox. Bogdanovich left side. Shot clock at 6. Shot from free throw range. It's hauled in by Adams.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
Westbrook kicks to George. Poked away and stolen by Bogdanovich. Pass to Jackson. The dish to Fox. Just 5 on the clock. Randolph sets a screen for Fox over Anthony, and Fox gets it to go.
And the experience that Fox is garnering, this is a guy who is used to having hands in his face, but it doesn't seem to affect him in the slightest.
Screen by Adams. Back to Westbrook. Shot to end this cold run. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Sacramento leading by 5.
Well, if you think back to last season, guys, the narrative was that Russell Westbrook had zero help on this roster. To be completely honest, I thought it was unfair to the pieces that were around Russell Westbrook and the job they did playing their roles to exactly the standard this organization wanted.
And what the fans are saying is that Westbrook, Doris, just needs more help around him.
Well, certainly the acquisition of Paul George should relieve some pressure on Russell Westbrook, because now he's teamed along yet another superstar.
Free throw good, Fox. Greg, you asked a lot of GMs. De'Aaron Fox, probably the fastest player in this year's rookie class.
And he plays at one speed. That's lightning. I mean, he's got speed to burn. Maybe not quite as fast as, say, John Wall, but he isn't far behind. He uses that quickness well also in terms of just busting seams on the offense. And at the other end, he can be an outstanding defender, as he was at Kentucky. And I really love Fox's game. He's got a ton of room to grow, but boy, does he play with intensity.
Here's Westbrook, shoots over Fox, and Westbrook gets it to go.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Fox kicks to Cauley-Stein. They set the pick. Jackson dishes to Randolph. Here's Ferguson, and he got the whistle, so he'll have a three-point play opportunity.
Yeah, what a nice play. Just a coast-to-coaster by himself off of that steal.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Kufis checked in for Sacramento.
One shot.
And that one misses.
And the Kings, for so long, had not been active in free agency. You have to like the moves this organization has made to bring in some vets in the offseason. Randolph and Hill bring a lot of experience and leadership to the locker room.
And here is Fox. He has 6. Over to the wing. Here's Randolph.
Yeah, this is when Melo's at his best, when he's active on both ends of the floor.
Good work defensively by Anthony. And Greg, the Kings wanted to have veteran leaders, and that's what they've got right now.
And the Kings are in a rebuild mode, and you need vets to lead that process. Show the youngsters the right way to do things, and I think the Kings have started to make some very savvy moves here as they begin this rebuild.
Here's Adams, and that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Listen, we know Steven Adams is one of the best offensive rebounders in the NBA. You've got to have great awareness about him on the glass.
Here's Randolph. Randolph missing again.
He's trying to make something happen, but obviously been a tough quarter.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
Well, he's not settling. Melo taking it to the D and making himself get to the free throw line.
And beyond his ability to shine on the basketball floor, you have to commend Carmelo Anthony's effort, Greg, to get NBA players and other athletes more involved in making the world a better place.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of work to be done, but guys like Melo see what is beyond the world of basketball. He's spoken out as well as done the legwork of being active in his communities, and a lot of charity work for Melo. It's just nice to see the maturation process play out.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead.
You know, Carmelo Anthony, problematic for the defense. He spends so much time at the line, keeps you on a string.
Garrett Temple has checked in for the Kings. And the free throw is good, now leading by 1.
It's so fascinating to look back on Thunder history because 3 current players who are dominating the league were together on the Oklahoma City Thunder: Harden, Durant, and Westbrook. In retrospect, the talent level on that team was unreal.
And Fox gets it to go.
You get the sense Fox just improving with each game in terms of his pick and roll play, figuring out his angles, knowing when to pull and when to try to split or turn the corner.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And there's the foul. It goes against Sacramento. And going back to the Thunder teams with the big 3 of Harden, Durant, and Westbrook, endures some bad luck with the Thunder during those seasons.
Well, first and foremost, they ran into a great Miami team in the NBA Finals. Then after Harden left, injuries to both Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook hampered their opportunities. Still, you think back, and if you're an Oklahoma City fan, you can marvel at the collection of talent you once had.
That free throw good from Anthony. Carter, he's checked in for Sacramento. Hield comes in for Bogdanovich. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Felton's checked in. Both shots good from the stripe. Doris, back in college, you were named to the All-Big East team. What an honor. You've been a broadcaster for Big East games in college basketball. Any players from that conference who would say, in your opinion, are better pros than they were in college?
Well, I think Josh Hart from Villanova would be a player that I'm curious to see what level of effect he has at the NBA level. He's not a guy who's going to blow you away with his athleticism, but all he did at Villanova was win. He's got 1 national championship to his credit. He was an effective 2-way player in the Big East. Does he translate to the pros? I can't wait to see.
And Doris, multiple years at the college game, too.
Kevin, I think that perception is changing. There was a time where if you were a 4-year college player, you were frowned upon in the NBA. I think because of the age and experience, GMs and coaches are now looking at those guys who spend multiple years in college in a vastly different and much more positive light.
Very interesting thought. Fox kicks to Temple. 6 to shoot. Here's the screen. Shoots over Adams. Makes it off the glass.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Westbrook passes to George. Beyond the arc. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Boy, I love how hard Steven Adams works on the boards. Excellent timing for that putback.
Fox kicks to Carter. He dishes it to Kufis. A second chance effort. The putback. They shoot again. And Adams sends it back.
And the defense of Steven Adams is so important to this team. They depend on him to be a rim protector now.
The Kings trail by 3. Carter outside. Pass to Hield. Back to Carter. Here's Fox. He's got 8. Stolen by Westbrook. And finished off by Westbrook.
You cannot give Russell Westbrook a lane to the basket. This guy will slam it in your face quicker than you can say boo.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Koufos dishes to Temple. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
I'll tell you, that's a graceful finish. Not just any old layup, the teardrop.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And on the season, you know, only shooting around 73%, so not necessarily where he'd like to be.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Adams. Eustace comes in for Anthony. Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for George. And Abrinas subbed in for Russell Westbrook. And Temple no good on that one.
And well, last season for the Kings, they were in the hunt for a good stretch there early on, but kind of fell out of playoff contention and finally decided to pull the trigger and trade DeMarcus Cousins. It marked a major direction change that this team, I think, wanted to make. And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Carter, the pass to Temple. And Grant sends it back. Here's Eustace. It's stolen by Hield. Sacramento again missing. And here are the Thunder now. They're on a 16-6 run. Here's Felton. Fouled in the act of shooting. A three-point play chance coming up.
Well, with that frame, outstanding strength by Ray Felton, working hard inside.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
One shot, gentlemen.
Listen, Ray Felton is a very dependable point guard. Fantastic floor general who just takes good shots and makes outstanding reads.
And Temple kicks to Koufos. Here's Temple. He's covered by Grant. Temple dishes to Carter, and it's good. 2 points. Carter's got his first bucket in this one. The Thunder leading by 4. Now Felton. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Grizzlies in Memphis.
And he was aggressive in how he played on the defensive side of the floor, notching 3 steals on the game.
Just 5 on the clock. Here's Abrinas, and he gets it to go from the corner. And the Thunder lead by 6. Sacramento's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Hield kicks to Koufos. They set the pick. That one goes in for him too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
How about he has yet to miss 4-4 to start.
Abrinas kicks to Felton. Patterson a screen on Fox. Grant right side. Patterson the screen. Lock at 6. Here's Abrinas. A three-pointer off the mark.
Yeah, blown opportunity after the two-man game creates a terrific look.
Well, he simply misfired. You've got to capitalize when the screen opens up wide open shots like that.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Temple, and again it's Sacramento converting.
A steady screen set on that play, and the defense disappears. Nice communication between teammates to make that play work.
Grant, right side. No good with the triple. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. It's the Thunder leading by just 2. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And a moment now to hear from Steven Adams as he reflects back on a life growing up as the youngest of 18 children back in New Zealand.
So, like, the youngest over there has to do everything, like all chores, pretty much 18 years of being rookie. That's pretty much all it is, and people just beat you up for no reason.
Hard to imagine growing up in such a huge family, but it sounds like maybe it prepared him for life in the NBA.
Yeah, I'd say it might have toughened him up a little bit, that's for sure. Wow, 18? That is mind-boggling.
And off we go, a close game now starting the second quarter. And when you consider how the Thunder are doing, guys, what do you think?
They're just not sitting back. They are going for steals, and their activity has been terrific.
It has, Greg, no doubt. Love that they've gotten after it on the defensive end. Just continue to put pressure on.
Hield is out there with Garrett Temple. Then there's Kufis. Then it's Willie Cauley-Stein. And it's Shumpert in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Hield kicks to Temple. Cauley-Stein a screen. There's the screen. Temple the pass to Cauley-Stein. Here's Temple. He's covered by Felton. Temple can't get it to go. The Thunder shooting at 36% on the night. They've got to step it up offensively. The one thing about Patrick Patterson out of Kentucky, he is a smart basketball player.
Yeah, he's not the best rebounder or shot blocker, but the advanced stats love him, and he gets the job done at both ends of the floor.
Here's Temple. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Rockets in Houston. The rebound by Patterson. Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Grant against Shumpert. It's stolen by Iman Shumpert. Feeds it to Temple. The pass to Hield. Just 5 to shoot. Sacramento needs to get off a shot. And they take the lead. And the Kings lead by 1.
Boy, you just love Shumpert's pre-shot routine. Gets his feet set, ready to catch and release. Beautiful.
Outside, Felton. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Now the Thunder are not one of the best shooting teams from outside. We know that. They know their strength of their offense, Doris, lies in their ability to attack the rim and get shots in the paint.
Right, because you have to consider the Thunder last year were last in the NBA in three-point percentage, yet second in the league in points in the paint. So when they are able to get inside on a team, that is when they are at their most dangerous.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
No good on the free throw. Doris, back in college, you earned a master's in education. How close were you to pursuing that path versus veering into becoming an analyst for basketball games?
Yeah, you know, to be honest with you, I always felt like I would be a high school teacher and a basketball coach, and someday maybe I'll coach a boys high school basketball team. Very close, Kevin. I happened into broadcasting. I left coaching at Providence College. They put their women's basketball games on radio, and that was my entree into the business, and slowly but surely it grew every year.
But still educating still, right? I mean, don't you feel there's a part of education to being an analyst?
Oh, there's no question about it. You are trying to help that viewer to be as close to the action as we are fortunate enough to be. And sure, just describing what's going on. It's a lot of fun.
You are a PhD in broadcasting. The Thunder shooting under 40% all in all for the game. Ferguson. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. For Sacramento, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. Bogdanovich left side. Randolph, a screen on Grant. Three-pointer, Heel. Bangs home the trifecta.
Oh, nice screen. Really a poor defensive reaction and the obvious result.
You simply can't give him that. You have to fight through the screen and at least get a hand in the face of the shooter.
Patterson setting the pick for Grant. They set the pick. Fires for 3. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Shumpert with it. Now Felton defending. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Boy, Shumpert, no problem. Rising to the rim, drawing the foul right there.
For Sacramento, they have made 2 of their previous 3 free throws in today's game. And he knocks down the first one.
You'd like a guy like Shumpert to be just a little more efficient at the line, but he gets it done more often than not.
Sacramento making a switch here. Jackson's checked in. Steven Adams, he's checked in for the Thunder. Russell Westbrook comes in for Raymond Felton. And good on the second, so he makes them both. And you look at this Kings roster, and Greg, you can see the youth movement is in full effect.
Yeah, and Buddy Hield headlines the group as he comes over in that Cousins trade. Skal Labissiere and Willie Cauley-Stein, also a big part of this team's future. And then getting Fox as a rookie to kind of run the ship, another great building block.
Jackson dishes to Randolph. And Adams sends it back. Westbrook kicks to Grant. Good. A nice assist from Westbrook. Now just a 1-point Kings lead.
Well, Jeremy Grant doing what is to his strength, which is get out and transition, give yourself an easy opportunity.
Shumpert passes to Jackson. Cauley-Stein with a screen on Westbrook. The offensive rebound. And count it. And a chance for one more at the free throw line.
He might not elevate like some of the other guys on the court, but as we've learned, Randolph knows how to get the ball in the basket. They call it old school. That's what it is when you watch Zach Randolph play the game of basketball. He's got such great skill and touch around the basket. We call it the old man game, and I tell you what, he gets it done every night.
Carmelo Anthony is checked in for the Thunder. Paul George comes in for Grant. You know, as you've said, Greg, all the time, Zach Randolph can roll out of bed and get you 20.
I mean, he's just a natural scorer. He can post up, he can face up, and he just stays with it. An excellent offensive rebounder. This guy just has that nuance to his game that's made him so effective.
Here's Adams. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. Adams has got his 3rd bucket of the night. Randolph a screen. Jackson from long range. Drills it from outside. And the Kings lead by 5.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Layup off the pick. And it's Anthony getting it to go. Anthony's got 6 points.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Kicks to Bogdanovich. Picked by Randolph. Outside Bogdanovich. He feeds it to Randolph. And Adams sends it back. Here's Ferguson, guarded by Jackson. Anthony on the wing for the 3. Cauley Stein grabs the board. Kings leading now by 3. And Shumpert kicks to Jackson. Cauley Stein a screen. Bogdanovich wide open. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Bogdanovich has got his second basket. Oklahoma City's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Over to the left wing. Baseline J on the way. Drained for 2 points. Ferguson's got his second basket of the night. Sacramento's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. There's the pick. Randolph dishes to Shumpert. Back to Randolph. Outside Shumpert. Out of bounds. Oklahoma City takes possession. Chance now to take a look at the steal numbers over the last couple months. The scope of that for George.
I feel like he hasn't been paying as much attention to the defensive aspect of the game as he needs to. His steals have dropped over the past few months, and he needs to get back some of that fire on D.
Thunder trailing by 3. Westbrook kicks to George. Anthony against Randolph. Pulls up on the elbow. Again, Oklahoma City.
Now, just such a high percentage look, but with Melo, it's almost just a given. Tough to stop.
Westbrook against Shumpert. Dishes it to Jackson. Back to Shumpert. Fires the 3. That shot off. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way. And stolen by Bogdanovich. He kicks it to Jackson. And it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Adams. Some changes for Sacramento. Carter comes in for Bogdanovich. And it's Fox in for Shumpert. Fox against Westbrook. 11 feet away. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Well, if he wasn't there, that shot's going in. Love the effort on the defensive end.
From past the arc. Sacramento grabs the miss. Randolph's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Fox. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. Oklahoma City trailing. Westbrook passes to George. Stolen by Randolph. Fox against Westbrook. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. They get Russell Westbrook. Doors with so many one and dones entering the NBA. Do you think expectations are too high for these guys, especially from the fans?
I don't, Kevin. I think it depends on the talent that we're talking about. You know, I know Joel Embiid is a guy who didn't necessarily start right away, but when he was finally able to be healthy, it certainly didn't take him long to become a factor on the NBA level. No, I don't think the expectations are too high. I think these guys are accustomed to expectations, and frankly, their personal expectations are probably higher than ours.
I mean, look at the elite of these high school kids have been playing like in front of big crowds on a big stage for so long. It's second nature to them, don't you think?
No doubt about it, Kevin.
And you watch the Thunder play, and they are just so physical with teams. They will bump you inside and outside and do everything they can do to let you know they are going to lock things down.
Well, look up and down the roster, Kevin, and you're going to see very physical players. Steven Adams and Russell Westbrook set the tone. But you can't expect to play the Thunder and not be needing a little ice bath after the game.
Here's Ferguson, guarded by Jackson. Shoots over Fox. Westbrook missing again.
I'll tell you, his inconsistency not helping their cause at all.
Here's Jackson, right over the D. Jackson's got 5 points now in the quarter. Thunder trailing by 5. Westbrook with it. 23 points for him the last game against the Grizzlies in Memphis.
Yeah, but he was the ultimate two-way player. Defensively, also doing a great job. A couple blocks in that game as well.
Outside Jackson. Cauley Stein, a screen. Westbrook against Fox. 6 to shoot. Fires from deep. That one doesn't drop. Great D that time from Westbrook. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And the three ball is good. Westbrook's got 9.
I think you've got to respect the catch and shoot game of Russell Westbrook. He is excellent at pulling up.
Jackson kicks to Cauley Stein. Picked by Randolph. Now the feed to Fox. Cauley Stein dishes to Randolph. That one falls. 5 points in the game. Thunder trailing by 4. We've got 1:55 left to play here in the second quarter. And George kicks to Anthony. Over Randolph. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good.
I'd say not much to be done about that. You can play perfect defense, and Melo is still going to drain it on you.
Jackson kicks to Fox. Cauley Stein with the screen for Fox. Pass to Cauley Stein. There's the dish to Fox. Russell Westbrook with the rebound. Westbrook's got his 3rd rebound tonight.
Well, they've been playing some tough defense on him in this period, and it's starting to affect him. This guy's having trouble finding the target right now.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Jackson with it. Westbrook picks him up. Jackson passes to Fox. Right side Randolph. Sacramento moving it around. Randolph a screen. Here's Fox. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Here's George. That one drops, and he's now 2 for 5.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Fox dishes to Carter. Pass to Randolph. Baseline jumper. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. Thunder lead by 2. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Alongside Dave Yeager, Coach, how do you keep up the defensive pressure and slow down their offense?
We got to just try to keep them in front of us and shoot jumpers, and then no second chances.
Rebounding is your team's strength. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And an exciting first half indeed. Welcome back. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny, the Jet, Smith, and Shaq, the Eel O'Neal. A competitive matchup for Oklahoma City in the first quarter. At the end of the period, they held a 2-point lead. The second quarter was dead even in terms of their scoring output from both teams, and they still find themselves in a good position at the half. Kenny, let's get your take on Oklahoma City.
They obviously came in wanting to push the action, and so far, so good. They're looking to get easy transition baskets because the other team is not getting back on defense.
Shaq, how do you think Sacramento played?
Well, one thing happened that really helped them out. Their bench came in and played absolutely beautiful. Gave them a huge boost. Not just trying to hold court, but actually putting points on the scoreboard. These guys should be starting, Ernie.
And that will wrap up our halftime report. as it's just about time for the start of the second half.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. Without question, De'Aaron Fox displaying his skills today.
Yeah, great job from him in that first half of drawing fouls and getting to the line.
Well, he certainly put the defense at a tough spot in that half. Forces the issue, draws the contact time and time again.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. The Kings trailing. So for Oklahoma City right now, Westbrook and Ferguson, their backcourt. Paul George is out there with Anthony, and it's Adams in at the 5, down low. Fox kicks to Randolph. Yes, and the foul. That one's on Anthony.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
The Kings have been good at the free throw line in this one, 7 of 8.
And they've been mediocre all season long, just about 72% from the line.
One shot.
And the free throw, no good.
Randolph was an Indiana State champion coming out of high school, so you know the pressure of the NBA doesn't bother him. There's nothing more intense than that when you talk about that Indiana high school tournament.
Pass to Westbrook. Shoots over Fox. Oklahoma City the rebound. Out of bounds, Sacramento takes possession.
Now a chance to see the numbers for George. Over the last month, he has been spectacular. Second in steals. And don't forget, top 5 in the league in points per game. He's a premier offensive threat, night in and night out. And back to your point, number 2 in steals. He's just a tireless worker. Plays that hard-nosed, on-ball defense. Most guys just can't disengage from it. Randolph, and he uses the glass on the layup. Randolph's got 9. Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch. You look at the success that Coach Billy Donovan has had both at the college level at Florida and his first few years in the NBA at Oklahoma City. Doris, he very much feels at home in playoff and pressure situations.
Well, certainly Billy D has a lot of experience managing a team in a postseason setting. This is a guy who always tinkers during the regular season to find different angles to help his guys. Billy Donovan, one of those guys increasingly who you don't want to see in a 7-game series.
Fox passes to Randolph. That's in for his 5th field goal of the game. Makes him 5 for 12 so far.
Marvelous start to the second half. 3 for 3.
Westbrook against Fox. Out to the right wing. Shoots from the line. Westbrook, no good. The Kings leading. And Bogdanovich kicks to Jackson. He dishes it to Fox. Cauley-Stein a screen. Feeds to Bogdanovich. Cauley-Stein with a screen on Westbrook. Westbrook against Bogdanovich. Here's Cauley-Stein. Randolph. It's good on the putback. And the Kings lead by 4.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Adams with the screen on Fox. Westbrook dishes to George. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. Westbrook's got 3 assists now in this one.
How pretty is the shooting motion of Paul George? Pulls the trigger with no hesitation. He owns the mid-range.
Jackson kicks to Bogdanovich. Picked by Randolph. Now the pass to Cauley-Stein. And Cauley-Stein throws it down.
And ran his man straight into the screen and got a clear path to the bucket.
That is how it is done.
great teamwork. That's something you develop by practicing it over and over again.
Screen by Adams. Back to Westbrook. Kicks to George. Takes a three. Hits the three-point bomb. George has got 11 points.
Well, you love how Paul George gets his feet under him first on these catch and shoot. His pre-shot routine is so important.
Cauley-Stein kicks to Fox. And it's Fox with the jam.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
It couldn't have come at a better time. With the score being as close as it is, he had to make that play.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And Paul George, the 10th overall pick in 2010 out of Fresno State. I'm not sure anyone realized, Doris, he'd be this good when he first got into the league.
No, you make a great point, Kev, because the physical tools were there, but his work ethic to keep adding layers to his game has been truly a thing to watch. This guy's got a chance to win league MVP before it's all said and done.
And the first one at the line is good. And some changes here for the Kings. Kufis checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Temple comes in for Bogdanovich. And it's Buddy Hield in for Jackson. And George drops them both. Kings have gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75% clip. They set the pick. Fox kicks to Kufis. He feeds it to Fox. Now here's Hield. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. And the shot goes in. Hield's got his second basket of the night.
Boy, they are not locked in defensively here in the second half. The intensity and focus haven't been there.
Screen by Adams. Here's George. It's hauled in by the Kings. And now the fast break. Fox with the ball. He's off on that one. Westbrook with the nice D there. Down low.
You can see Russell Westbrook building the confidence of his teammates, fires it to them when they're open.
Great way to see the alley-oop. That replay courtesy of Under Armour. Another unleash chaos moment. Fox against Anthony. Off the screen. Paul George grabs the miss. Thunder have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. The wide open look here for Anthony, and the go-ahead bucket, no good. Here's Temple. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Randolph passes to Temple. Back to Randolph. Taken away by Anthony. Dishes it to George. Screen by Adams. There's a good screen for the lead, and the layup by George. George has got 15.
Well, he's taking a lot of pressure off the other players right now with how well he's shooting it.
Here's Temple. Fox dishes to Randolph. Over Adams. Nice shot by Randolph. Randolph's got 10 points in the quarter.
Boy, after an up and down first half, he's finally gotten a flow. These are the right shots for him.
Adams outside. A shot by George, wide open. Here's Anthony, and that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. 14 points for him.
You know, you have to like the activity from your superstar. Anthony staying involved even off the basketball. The
feed to Fox. In the corner, it's Temple. Randolph kicks to Hield. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
You two players.
Sacramento with the ball. Rocket 2, stolen. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
Yeah, you know, sometimes your gut tells you to take a shot at the pick, and then big move to keep the pressure on.
And here is Fox. He's got 14. Just 5 to shoot. He kicks it to Hield. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. The Thunder leading by 3. Outside, George. Back to Westbrook from outside the arc. The shot's good on the assist by George. Westbrook's got 12 points in the game.
And I'll tell you, Westbrook not thrown off by a guy standing right in his grill. How about the concentration on a difficult shot?
Randolph passes to Temple. Back to Randolph. Shoots over Adams. Randolph can't hit.
Boy, terrific defense to impact the shot, not giving him any space at all.
Anthony dishes to Westbrook. Adams outside. Pass to George. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that. And now it's an 8-point Oklahoma City lead. Kings have gone 8 of 14 on their shot attempts here in the third. Some pretty nice work. And Temple kicks to Randolph. They set the pick to the middle. That misses off the backboard.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Shot's good by Anthony.
Puts one in the eye of the defense. First triple of the evening.
Timeout is called. First of the game for Sacramento. Well, you could feel the clock ticking for Melo's time in New York, and this offseason, it finally ended, Greg.
Yeah, and for a team like this to add Melo to the mix, what a blessing. I mean, Melo still has a ton of offense to offer, and hard to add a player so skilled as Melo for practically nothing.
Now here's Hield. He's covered by Felton. To end the run. Tries again. Rebound by Raymond Felton.
Yeah, really frustrating right now. They just can't seem to stem the tide here.
Nothing they're doing on the defensive end is working. They've got to figure something out, and fast. Boy, great job protecting the rim and turning an easy layup into a missed opportunity.
Carter kicks to Temple. Outside Randolph. There's the pick, and there's the call on Felton. That's his first foul. Here's Temple, picked by Randolph. Sacramento moving it around. 4 on the clock. From deep three-point range, but they'll get another chance.
And they get it back again. I mean, how many rebounds offensively have they had? Everything's going right for them today.
I'll tell you, he's doing everything scoring-wise this period to try to keep them in it.
Felton with the ball. Now guarded by Hield to the left side wing. Now the dish to Patterson. Trains the three-pointer. Patterson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Hield kicks to Kufis. Pass to Hield. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
And not relying at all on the three-point shot. They may want to rethink about stretching the defense a bit like they did in that first half.
Patterson, the screen. Outside, Felton. Grant outside. Patterson, the screen. The 19-foot shot. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Patterson's got the lead up to 12 now for the Thunder.
Well, you have to get something out of that possession, and thanks to Patterson's work on the glass, heads-up play to score that.
Hield kicks to Temple. Passes it to Carter. And the three off target.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Some changes for Sacramento. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Randolph. And it's Iman Shumpert in for Buddy Hield. Oklahoma City leading by 12. Now Patterson. He's got 5 to the inside. Outside for Felton. And it comes off the front of the rim. Sacramento's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Here's Temple. Patterson defending. Temple the pass to Koufos. Outside Shumpert. And the three off target. Here's Abrinas. Good. And a nice assist from Felton. Abrinas has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Listen, if you're open, Felton will find you. He has just such a great feel for the game.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. It's the Thunder. They lead by 14. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. Now let's hear what head coach Billy Donovan was reviewing with his team in the huddle.
Okay, listen, let's sustain it now, and let's put our foot down with more discipline and more focus right now, okay? All right, stay down, communicate, and talk right now.
Preaching consistency, obviously. Billy Donovan likes a lot of what he's seeing out there and doesn't want them to let up.
Yeah, and he mentioned discipline. I think that's key through this next stretch. Minimize your mistakes.
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. Bogdanovich out there with Willie Cauley-Stein. Then there's Iman Shumpert. Then there's Koufos. And it's Temple in at the 1 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento.
Well, he hasn't been a big contributor tonight for sure, but it hasn't prevented them from being in a position to grab the win.
Koufos dishes to Cauley-Stein. That one drops for him. Cauley-Stein's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Kings. Oklahoma City leading by 12. Felton kicks to Eustace. Here's Abrinas. Back to Grant. Here's the screen. Looking to end his cold spell. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Well, the athletic Jeremy Grant, so good at initiating contact, he gets the defense to react to his aggressiveness.
The free throw drops for Grant.
Well, I like how Jeremy Grant continues to work on his game. The jumper is coming along, and he remains an exceptional defensive player.
Jackson, he's checked in for Costa Koufos. And a switch here also for Oklahoma City. Adams checked in. And Grant drops them both. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. Here's Temple. He dishes it to Cauley-Stein. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. Trying his luck deep. And no good. Some solid defense from Grant.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Good. And a nice assist from Felton. And the Thunder lead by 17.
Well, Grant is going to have to expand his range. And how about the confidence on that jumper?
And Shumpert kicks to Bogdanovich. Jackson a screen on Patterson. Fires from the wing. They get it again. That shot misses. Oklahoma City leading by 17. And it's Abrinas in the corner. Kick out to Adams. The three. Raymond Felton, that's good.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
The Kings have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And there's the call on Felton. That'll be his second foul of the game. Doris, I've heard you talk often about instituting a play clock from the very beginnings of someone learning the game of basketball.
Kevin, I think this is absolutely critical to the future of the game of basketball here in the United States, because the Europeans right now, from the formative stages, from the youngest someone picks up the game of basketball, play under duress of the shot clock. And the reason that's important is you must be a three-tool player to play under duress of the shot clock, meaning you've got to be a triple threat. You've got to be able to pass it, dribble it, and shoot it. And to do that with the pressure of a shot clock leaning in on you from those earliest moments is significant. And I know I have the backing of guys like R.C. Buford and Rick Carlisle. They believe, more important than me, intelligent basketball people believe that in the United States, we must institute a shot clock from the time guys and young women pick up the game.
And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Well, classic example of crowding the shooter, not letting him get comfortable in the mid-range. They're fortunate to be in front, given how shaky he's been from the floor tonight.
Randolph kicks to Temple. Picked by Randolph. Fades away. Sacramento again missing.
I'll tell you, his touch has been off all day, and now his judgment is starting to go by the wayside as well. That's a poor shot.
And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. And here are the Thunder now. Good momentum, 8 straight points. Hits it from three-point range.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. And the outcome of the collective bargaining agreement and a potential 11-year stretch of labor peace, one of the longest in league history. Doris, what does that mean for this great game of ours?
Well, it means certainly that we can all take a sigh of relief. Everybody wants to play basketball and see basketball played. So great for the players, their representation, great for the league, and certainly great for the fans and the television partners.
And Doris, I sense such fairness on both ends, too. It really is a partnership.
You know, I think it would be wise for both the players and the ownership to remember they need each other to peacefully coexist and to thrive. And when you're trying to get an agreement that does the best by both parties, this is what you can have. You can have a long stretch of labor peace that makes everyone happy.
Well said. Doris, not too long ago, changes were made to the intentional foul rule. In your observation, has this made a positive difference?
Well, I certainly love that the away from the play fouls were extended to include the last 2 minutes of each period. I don't think you should necessarily give an advantage to a team that is playing from behind by intentionally fouling a poor free throw shooter. So that's one. I do believe now the bigger issue in the NBA has become these shooting fouls where the shooter is launching himself into a defender. I think that the NBA will take a hard look at that and make any necessary change, Kev.
Totally agree, Doris. I don't want to pinpoint one player, but James Harden has made that an art form.
That's correct.
And here are the Thunder now. They're on a 14-3 run. Here's Westbrook. Oh, that's blocked. And it's out of bounds to the Thunder as Oklahoma City retains possession. A different look for Oklahoma City. Adams, he's checked in for Johnson. Anthony comes in for Nick Collison. And Ferguson subbed in for Kyle Singler. Here's Ferguson, and there's the call on Garrett Temple. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Westbrook with it. Feeds to George. But they recover it.
Wow, just getting all the luck right now, it seems. Good bounce.
Screen by Adams. Bogdanovich against George. 4 seconds left, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
Doris, much to the chagrin of basketball purists, we're seeing the near extinction of the mid-range game. Is there a way to reverse this trend?
Kevin, I don't know that we're seeing the extinction of it, and I would point directly to the finals MVP, Kevin Durant, because if you look at some of his success, it is directly in the mid-range. Russell Westbrook has some effect in the mid-range. I mean, listen, certainly the priority is on layup and 3, but I don't think we've seen the extinction of the mid-range. I think this is a cyclical type of situation in the NBA, very much the way we've gone away from a low post center. Would a player that's a next level, next generation kind of player change our thinking about that? Let's see. The game is always in a constant state of evolution.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line. Sacramento's gone 0-3 so far in the 4th quarter from long range. Here's Temple. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Here's Westbrook. Here's Oklahoma City now. They're on a 15-5 run here. Stolen by Randolph. Here's Temple. It's Fox atop the key. Cauley Stein with a screen on Anthony. Pulls it from the elbow. Tips it. It's hauled in by Adams. Oklahoma City leading by 22. Anthony, the pass to Westbrook. Back to Anthony. The shot, no good. And Sacramento will go the other way with it. Here's Temple. He's covered by Westbrook. Fox against Adams. Fox, no good. Oklahoma City's gone 4-7 with the long ball here in the 4th quarter. Shot from 12. Here's Anthony. Zach Randolph with the rebound.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
And Temple kicks to Bogdanovich. And All-Star Week, a fan favorite certainly. But Doris, I've heard you say on more than one occasion you'd love to see a 3-on-3 competition.
Kevin, I think if you're trying to learn the game of basketball, putting yourself in a situation to play 3-on-3 is one of the greatest ways you can develop your game. One, it teaches you how to pass and cut. Right? You cannot be effective in a 3-on-3 game unless you understand how to screen for somebody, how to set yourself up to come off of a screen. The shorter dynamic of the 3-on-3 in a half-court environment is one of the best ways to learn how to play the game of basketball.
I love that analysis. That's terrific. There's the pass to Temple. They set the screen. Back to Bogdanovich. 6 on the shot clock. Picked by Randolph. Off the screen. Yep, that one goes in there.
Well, the pick didn't exactly neutralize the defender, but good concentration on the finish to still get the basket.
Westbrook kicks to Anthony. Anthony missing again. The Kings trail by 20. Dishes it to Fox. He feeds it to Randolph. Over Anthony. Kept alive by Sacramento. And the whistle blows as the basket counts and a 3-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
And one of the side effects of the Cousins trade was it did open up more playing time for Willie Cauley-Stein. I mean, immediately he was able to step in and fill those minutes and became a much larger part of their offense.
One shot.
And that one misses. Hey, Greg, when Cauley Stein got those extra minutes after the Cousins deal, you could see a change in his play. Much more aggressive, much more confident.
Yeah, you know, sometimes it just takes a clear path to minutes to change a player. Cauley Stein had been getting better and better before the trade. Having the team believe he could step in was a huge boost in his confidence and his play.
Westbrook against Fox. They need this one. Westbrook with the bucket. And the Thunder lead by 18.
Now, the determination of Russell Westbrook is really quite remarkable. He will go right at the defense.
Fox dishes to Randolph. There's the pick. Kicks to Fox. Randolph sets a screen for Fox. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. That one's on Anthony.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. That one misses.
They're not doing themselves any favors with their free throw shooting this half. The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Here's Fox. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a 3-point play.
And sometimes Fox just can't be contained. I mean, he plays with so much heart and passion and terrific at scoring even when he gets bodied up.
One shot, gentlemen.
Oklahoma City leading by 14. Westbrook passes to Anthony. Over Randolph. Anthony can't hit. Sacramento's gone 0-3 so far in the 4th quarter from long range. Now, here's Fox. There's the feed to Randolph. Shoots over Adams. Randolph can't hit.
Just a cold shooting night. Needs to try to make it into the basket.
Fox against Westbrook. In the corner, George with it. And stolen by Bogdanovich. Kenny takes that one up and powers it through.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Fantastic anticipation. Then he shows major explosiveness converting at the other end.
Here's Anthony. And no good, trying to use the glass.
And so far this quarter, he's been a little off on his game.
Yeah, scoring isn't coming naturally to him right now. Looking a little bit uncomfortable out there.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Right, perfect contest in that instance, Greg, making it really hard on the shooter to have any kind of space at all.
Fox kicks to Bogdanovich. Cauley Stein with a screen on Anthony. Randolph with the ball. Now defended by Adams. Randolph can't hit. Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, they definitely should use some clock here.
Westbrook kicks to George. And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for Oklahoma City.
At every opportunity, they managed to push the ball and keep the up-tempo game going.
I think it paid off, that's for sure.
And on the year, this will turn out to be win number 34 for them. And while there was some nice performances tonight, it definitely ended up being a solid outing for Russell Westbrook.
Boy, I love the priority he placed on his passing tonight. It inspired great player movement, great ball movement. It seemed to me they knew they were going to get an easy bucket on every possession.
Timeout called by the Kings. They're trailing by 17. There's 1:26 left to play here in the fourth. And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Russell Westbrook.
And he's played this entire game on his front foot, Kevin. I mean, driving the lane, going to the rim with purpose, and getting those points the hard way.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight. And the Thunder going with a whole new group out there. And here's Carter. Three-pointer, Hield. That's in there. Carter with the assist. And that's now 10 points for Buddy Hield.
A steady screen set on that play, and the defense disappears. Nice communication between teammates to make that play work.
Felton the pass to Eustace. Here's Abrinas. Here's Eustace, defended by Carter. Eustace kicks to Abrinas. Just 5 on the clock. There's a good screen. They get it again. Jacks up a 3. And that one is off. Sacramento's gotten just 1 of 4 three-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Hield dishes to Kufis. Outside, Bogdanovich. Three-pointer, Hield. Another 3 for Sacramento.
And guys, you got to ask, where was this effort when it mattered? Game's over now.
Right. Frustrating for sure, Greg. I don't think they'll be able to mount a comeback at this point.
Pass to Abrinas. Oklahoma City moving it around. Outside, Felton. Patterson the screen. Grant, that's good. And then the Thunder lead by 14.
And on the road, silencing the crowd. What a dominant performance.
Well, they took control of this game from the outset. A commanding all-around performance and an important road win.
So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time GA this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Paul. Congrats on the win. Where's your team's attitude right now?
Don't play together, and we can just stick to that. We keep working, staying confident, keep defending, knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Looked like it all came together tonight, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long and good night, everyone.